Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Michaela and I'm going to do today with you a new pattern. It's for some really special bottoms which I will be using for my pole dance collection, and I'm going to present you the pieces right now. And this is my front piece, this is my main fabric and the lining. This is the waistband for the front piece, and I've got here what it will be half of my back piece, right? And this is the other half for my back piece. I went already ahead and I did the first half, right? So you can have a better image on how it has to look. And I'm going to do it with you the second half, right? And I've got here the waistband for the back piece. So that being said, I have already my pieces arranged as they should be in position. And first things first, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pin I start from the upper piece, upper part, right? So I'm going to pin the upper part with the mesh on the upper part. So what I'm doing, I'm going to place the mesh on top of my lycra. And I know that this is a bit of a time consuming, the construction of these bottoms, but they are so original and so beautiful. I really can't wait to make in lots of different colors whatsoever. So yeah, I start by first I usually do not pin the mesh, but I start by doing a bust stitching to the mesh and my main fabric. And I try to go actually as close as possible to the edge, but in the same time I want to keep obviously the measurements good. Okay, so if you've watched any of my videos, you do know that I do for most of my pieces, right? I do the bust stitching and then I make these little cuts into it. So yeah, the bust stitch is a stitch with the highest stitch length. It's really just a straight stitch, and its main function is to keep the two layers of fabric together. I find it easier before I'm serging. If you don't have a serger or an overlocker, I recommend you to use a zigzag stitch on your normal sew machine. I do have an overlocker, so obviously I am going ahead and I'm going to overlock this bit exactly what we've done, what we did the bust stitching. And for this step, you have to be very careful that you're actually only serging over one layer of fabric and not more, almost like I did. Oh, actually, I did catch it a little bit. So when this happens, what you have to do, keeping it easy, you unstitch gently and go once again over. So yeah, mistakes can always happen, so it's actually a good moment to show it to you how I deal with it. None of us are perfect. Okay, so I've unstitched the troubly piece, and now I'm going ahead one more time over it. Okay, and after this moment we are going to do the top stitching. So because we don't want our seam to be seen through the mesh, so perhaps the word is I don't want. So that being said, I'm going directly to my cover stitch, and I am just placing it under my cover stitch, and with this I am going to do a top stitch over, and you see I'm having the seam underneath, so I'm actually folding the seam towards the main fabric, so the seam will be actually hidden. Okay, so that's one piece. Now, because I don't want to bore you, I will be repeating the same steps exactly in the same way as I've explained it to you before. Back stitching first, then serging, then doing the cover stitch for the rest of my pieces. So they will be named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I will also be naming them the mesh, so you know which one is the mesh. So yes, in this very moment I am going to be placing, I will show you actually this other side, because you can see it's a little bit tricky because it comes a little bit longer, right? So this bit is actually covering all the way until here. So we will start with this corner, and as you see that perhaps I am having like a little corner outside, this is actually just the seam allowance, right? So I start from this corner over here, right, and the same I'm doing the back stitching first. Sorry if I'm getting too close, sometimes I struggle seeing. Okay, so back stitching for this piece has been also done, and I will repeat the same things, doing the little cuts into it. Same on the other side. Because you want to allow stretch to your fabric. This is very important, these little cuts. It's to allow stretch to your fabrics. So as you can see, with this moment we've covered this bit as well, and now I'm just going to serge and top stitch. There's no more tricky parts. As you can see, it's just this which comes following, so I'll be doing the rest off camera. Once I'm done, I'll come back to show you the rest of the construction of the back piece. Okay, so the back pieces are both already done. And the first thing I'm going to do now, I am going to connect them together like this, on top of each other, matching the right side of the fabric together. And like usually, I'm doing first the bust stitching, also because I want to match really good my seams, so it looks like quite uniformed everything. So I'm making sure that I'm matching them quite perfectly, or at least I try. Okay. Okay. So I will be unfolding it. So you can see I've tried to match as best as I could the seams everywhere, that they matched good. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to my serger and I'm going to serge it directly. I'm going to do small cuts also into it. Okay. So now I will be serging it. That's that. So now the back piece is actually a one piece together, right? And look how beautiful it already looking like. And the next step, what I'm going to do, actually there will be two steps. I'm going to connect together the back band with the front band, right? And the V's will I will stitch them together, right? So it will fit perfectly together. So that I will be actually doing off camera, this connecting it together, so stitching it together. And also off camera I will be doing a bust stitching all around what is the front piece of the fabric together with the lining, so they are connected together. Wait just a second, I'm going to start first with this and then I'll come back because perhaps I want to hide the seam. So band connected in the middle. Okay, so I've prepared already my my waistband. Like I said, I stitched the sides together, so now it's a continuous band. This is the front part and this is the back part. And the next thing I'm going to do, I am going to pin by matching the seams. And once I do that, I am going to do a bust stitching to secure the two layers of fabrics together, because like that is going to be easier to attach it to the rest of the bottoms. So I will be doing this off camera, just a bust stitching all around, kind of like in a circle. For the bottoms, I decided in the end to hide my my seam. So what I'm going to do, I am going to place right side facing together my my lycra, and I'm going to pin and do a straight stitch to the sides, so the sides and the crotch area all straight stitch, and I will leave it afterwards for my for adding my lining. The lining will come underneath, and it will be like sandwiching the back piece of the bottoms. So a straight stitch, just like a bust stitch on the sides and on the crotch area, and a bust stitch all around in a circle to secure these 2 layers of fabric for my waistband. Okay, so I did the straight stitch to my bottoms. I've got here the crotch and the sides already done, and like I said, I'm going to place the lining on top of the like would say back piece, and I'm going to do the same thing, but this time I'm going to add the I'm going to serge it directly. And yes, I know I should have pinned it before, but since I don't want to lose a lot of time, I decided to go straight ahead for it. So in this way, I'm showing you the next steps as well. And now I will be doing just the crotch. Alright, and in this way we've hid the seam. You can see we've hid, sorry, the seam, so it's not visual, not in the front, not in the back, and none of the parts. And the shorts really start looking like more like the shorts right now. And now what I'm going to do before adding the waistband, I'm going to do another bust stitching. So I'm securing the 2 layers of fabric of my lining and my lycra together. So it's easier when we are adding the when we will be adding the waistband. And like always, I do these little cuts in between. So it allows stretch to my fabric. And I'll repeat on the other side. Okay, so now the next step is adding the waistband. So like I said, the waistband has one part front and one part back. I'm going to, I was checking which side is nicer actually of my waistband, but actually I like them both. So I'm going to turn the bottoms with the back piece, right? And I'm going to place it like that, starting with a V. And I want to match this V part. I want to kind of like match it right where it should be. And from here on, I'm going to start pinning all along my, obviously my waistband, and I'm going to match the sides as well. And once I'm done with this, I go straight to my serger and I will attach my waistband. So I'll be doing this off camera, pin all around, and then serge it or zigzag stitch. But actually before this, I want to show you how to start in order to have a beautiful V part over there. So right where I've pinned the first, I am first going to my normal sewing machine, and I am going to start on one side just like this, placing the center of my band, right, this V point. I will be placing it on top, and I do a straight stitch over, so it's much easier to start with your normal sewing machine rather than starting directly with your serger. And that will give already the starting of your V, as you can see. So I'll be starting from this with my serger, and I make sure that I'm not getting too much fabric in between. So like I said, I'm going to continue this off camera. Once I'm done, I will be coming back and show you the next step. Okay, so the waistband is added, and look how beautiful the shorts start looking like, and the V piece is looking really beautiful. I absolutely love it. And now what I'm going to do, actually I am going to do a straight stitch over the front piece for the lining area, right? Just this this part what I'm showing this from the front piece, and afterwards I am going to fold inside about a centimeter, and I'm going to top stitch it using my cover stitch. I will not be showing this on camera since it's actually two very easy steps, but I repeat once again: bust stitch and then fold inside and do a top stitching for the borders with the zigzag stitch or your cover stitch. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, please feel free to write me, and if not, I wish you happy sewing.